Hello everyone. The following presentation is an introduction to Athol Fugard's novel Tsotsi as part of the Grade 11 English Home Language syllabus. The information in this presentation is not examinable, but it can be of value for your understanding of the context of this novel. Athol Fugard was born in 1932 in the Eastern Cape, and he passed away in 2025. Athol Fugard is widely considered South Africa's greatest playwright. He is best known for his political plays opposing the system of apartheid and for the 2005 Oscar-winning film of his only novel, Tsotsi. He has won many national and international awards and was honored in Cape Town with the opening of the Fugard Theatre in District 6 in 2010. I would like to note that the novel and film version of Tsotsi are quite different from each other. The film is set in the post-apartheid era in the early 2000s, and the novel is set in the 1950s during the apartheid era. There are also major plot differences between the novel and the film. As much as the film is brilliant and worth watching, it is important that you maintain focus on the narrative of the novel and not of the film for the purpose of your assessments. A dictionary definition of the word Tsotsi is that it is a noun derived from South Africa, meaning a young urban criminal, especially one from a township area. In a South African historical context, it means a young black gangster belonging to a group prominent in the 1940s and 1950s who adopted a special language known as Tsotsi, which was a mixture of isiZulu, Sesotho, English and Afrikaans. This young man would also have a stylish or flashy dress sense. This included tailored suits, luxury knitted cardigans, wingtip leather shoes, and fedora hats. At the beginning of the novel, we meet the main character Tsotsi as a hardened gang leader living in the Johannesburg townships. Violence and crime are simply part of his everyday life, and he seems completely disconnected from any sense of compassion or empathy. However, an unexpected event forces him to confront the person he has become. As the story unfolds over just a few days, we see him standing at a crossroads. He can either continue down the path of violence or rediscover the humanity that has been buried by his traumatic past. Ultimately, the novel is a journey of self-discovery and redemption, showing how even someone who appears beyond saving can begin to change. There are a number of themes in this novel that could be examined. The theme of redemption suggests that a person can change when they accept responsibility for their actions and rediscover their humanity. The novel explores how understanding one's past helps shapes one's identity. The novel is set during the 1950s under the rule of the apartheid government. Thus, the theme of oppression is present in the novel. The novel demonstrates how violence harms both its victims and those who commit it. The theme of compassion is evident, as kindness and sympathy can awaken the humanity in others. The theme of family suggests that love, care, and a sense of belonging are essential in shaping a person's identity. The novel reminds us that despite difficult circumstances, one has the ability to make choices. The novel ultimately ends with a message of hope that change is possible and that there is always hope for redemption and a better future. Let us consider the structure of the story. The story is told as a linear narrative. It is a simple story with a beginning and an end. The story takes place over one weekend, beginning early on a Friday evening and coming to an end on the following Monday morning. The novel includes flashbacks to Tsotsi's past. These flashbacks are simple. They don't create confusion to the narrative structure, but provide context to the story in the present moment. Fugard wrote Tsotsi using a third person narration, allowing the narrator to describe the characters' actions and at times reveal their thoughts and feelings. Tsotsi is set in an unnamed township just outside Johannesburg. This township could be a reference to Sophia Town during the 1950s. Sophia Town is a suburb of Johannesburg, South Africa. Sophia Town was a great black cultural hub that was destroyed under apartheid. It was rebuilt under the name of Triumph, but in 2006 it officially returned to its original name. The novel describes the difficulties of living in the townships, and various passages in the novel criticize the actions of the apartheid government. Sophia Town was one of the oldest black areas in Johannesburg, and by the late 1940s it had a population of nearly 60,000 people. Despite the violence and poverty, it was a hub of politics, art, and music during the 1940s and 1950s. It produced some of South Africa's most famous writers, musicians, politicians, and artists. There were two parallel but conflicting ideas of Sophia Town. There was the romantic image of a culturally rich and diverse community versus a dingy and violent township with dangers lurking at every corner. People struggled to survive, and a culture based on shebeens, which are informal and mostly illegal pubs, developed. Crime, violence, and the growth of many gangs were a reality of life in Sophia Town during the 1950s. A reason for this was that there were many young black men and women who did not go to school and did not have jobs, making them more vulnerable to becoming involved in crime and gangs. Thank you for watching this presentation on the introduction to Tsotsi by Athol Fugard. Please keep an eye out for presentations on each chapter of the novel.